I'm Sonya.
Hi, Sonya.
Hi. Once I reached adulthood and moved to California from Kansas, I feel like I became much more spiritually aware and interested. Before that, I grew up in the Midwest, and you don't explore it as much. Everybody's great, but you place value on being great all the time, being fine, being and the most spiritual you get is if you go to church or temple on Sunday, or you don't. And so I always thought I was not a spiritual person. And then I came here, and spirituality took on a different meaning of self-exploration and recognizing our energies and working with that. And I think that's so valuable. So yeah, guided meditation works well for me, but when I've sat down to do it by myself in my living room, it just feels like a waste of time. It just feels like sitting in a chair in my living room waiting till I can be done meditating. I think there's value in it, and I've read the science on it, that meditation is basically a wonder drug, that everything is better. Your focus, your creativity, your sense of well-being, everything about your life gets better when you meditate. But when you sit down to meditate, I feel lost. So I'm in a class right now to learn how to meditate. Part of my sensibility, I wish I knew what to expect from the light machine, and I'm feeling a lot of apprehension, but I'm excited to do it, and I think it'll be great to do it, but I'm full of resistance and nervous energy right now because I don't know. My current emotional state, unfortunately, this week's been kind of manic and really rushed, so as much as I feel like generally I do a good job of staying pretty balanced, I'm out of balance in this moment. Blissed out. I am blissed out right now. Yeah, I almost feel weird doing this testimonial because I feel like I'm only, a certain percentage back, you know what I mean? So I had mentioned that I had the stressed out week and that I was really stuck in this manic kind of clogged up energy in my body. And I really, this came to me just now thinking about that, but it feels almost like there's a water system, and it kind of got flushed out, in my arms and my legs. I just feel cleared out, but it feels like a really physical kind of somebody went in with a cleaning crew and blasted it out with water, and now I feel kind of filled with moving energy.
Energy colonic.
An energy colonic, some might say. A cleverer person than I might come up with. It was like the psychedelic blankets that every great hippie has hanging on his wall. It was jumping in and flying through one of those and then falling away from it, and it's pretty great. And I kept coming back to, so I'm just going to throw it out there in case, because if I were wondering about this would help me. But there's the episode of The Simpsons where he goes into the other dimension with Bart. It's Homer and Bart running through a physics book or something, and that's what it felt like, except it was a psychedelic flag of colors. And I just almost desperately wanted to bust out and run into it and play. I just wanted to be in it more and move and dance. And I was feeling like my body was a burden, and I just wanted to go dance in it and experience it, touch it and taste it, and Yeah, emotionally, it for the most part was nice just to be emotionally kind of clear, instead of being so bogged down with thoughts and feelings. It kind of was nice just to bathe in this light, and so in this space right now there's less competing, there's less everything competing for my attention. I feel more I could just sit and be, and I want to just sit and be for a minute, I think the light could be useful for a lot of things. One, just it'd be nice to kind of clear out that way every day, but it was also, it kind of, I don't know, I have a hard time being in the moment and being present, but with this, there's just it's great because there's no reason not to be, you know what I mean? You somebody before I went said, you have nowhere else to be and nothing else to do, which is the best thing you can say to me. And then, so if you give into that and play in the light, it's almost it gives you, it's not exactly like meditating because there's all this kind of I don't want to say entertainment because it's not a distraction, but it's just nice, there's things to kind of look at. And so getting into the present moment, it's there's nowhere else you'd rather be. Yeah, I would recommend it to anybody. It's like such a, I do see absolutely uses for it, but even if you just want to do it once as a novelty, like it's also that, like it would be so great to be here with all my favorite people doing this and then go have lunch and talk about the different things we went through. So I'd recommend it to absolutely anybody, whether you're like full on spiritually realized or if you're like, oh my God, you Californians, I'm sick of it. Like that girl would have fun too. I feel awesome. Really, really great.